Friends, today let us discuss about the models of fossil man. So in our syllabus, it is one of the experiments that you have to follow and you have to understand the models which are present in our museum. In this regard, this video will be very useful to you people for understanding the models or the skull materials which are available in our laboratory in order to get more information about the evolutionary aspects among the hominids, the extinct hominids actually. We know that human evolution is a lengthy process of change by which people originated from ape-like ancestors. One of the earliest defining human or human trait is said to be bipedalism, which was evolved around 400 million years ago. A large and complex brain, the ability to make and use of tools, language development, hunting mechanism, socialization among the early hominids are remarkable evolutionary milestones that we have studied. Paleoanthropology is a scientific study of human evolution. Under this, we study the similarities between human and other hominids, traits like body form, physiology, and behavior. As we know that early human fossil offers the most important clues about this ancient past. These remains including bones, tools, footprints, butchery marks on the bones and other parts of the body. Also interesting to understand how these animals were evolved and lived on the earth. By studying fossilized bones, scientists learned about physical appearance of early human and how it changed also revealed. Bone size, shape and marking on the bones tell us how those animals moved around the globe. Here, in this regard, several models that we have in our laboratory, let us see one by one. Ardipithecus. The Ardipithecus, a candidate for early hominid, probably this hominid remained nearly about 4.8 to 5.2 million years ago, which were discovered in the middle Rivers Valley in the upper region of Ethiopia. The fossil remains comprise fragments of limb bones, isolated teeth, a partial mandible and the toe bones are recovered from the upper region. Ardipithecus exhibit a bipedal anatomy, meaning that probably the organisms or the ape-like struck hominid made or tried to walk on the hind limbs by using both the hind limbs and using the hands for holding the material. That is what the bipedal or bipedalism refers. A skull, most probably it looks almost like ape-like structure with a tiny brain of having a capacity 300 to 350 cc. That is the cranial capacity, the volume of brain, volume of the cranial cavity. Ardipithecus were adapted to an arboreal settings actually. We know that arboreal setting means probably these hominids might have used the tree or tree branches for long time to live or to develop or to take rest or whatever it is like that. The upper limbs differ from the modern hominids like human. It is totally different because having a lengthy upper limb, it is very long, which allowed its finger tips to extend at least to the knee. You can see that the picture, the other picture you can refer, Ardipithecus full picture or a modified version or the models. You can see that the forearms are extended up to the knee of the knee portion actually. So that indicates almost like there was no reduction in the anterior and the posterior limbs actually. It's almost like a similar structure. The foot is notably ape-like with elongated toe and a fully divergent great toe for movement or moving about on the trees actually. So the toe is probably helping moving the animal around the trees actually. The second animal that we are going to, the model that we are going to see in our laboratory is Australopithecus. This is the earliest member of the genus Australopithecus. It was discovered in the northern Kenya in African continent. The species was first described in 1995 after an analysis of isolated teeth, upper and the lower jaw, and the fragments of cranium and a tibia unearthed at the discovery site actually. So these are, it is not completely recovered, all the body, only the few parts of the body was recovered and it is excavated and it is preserved in the museum. The fossil probably dated around 4.2 to 3.9 million years ago. And the snout is almost like prognathic, that means it is almost a protruded one. The teeth have a thick enamels like a teeth of all the later. Probably the tibia, the shin bone, exhibit anatomy at both the knee and ankle ends, characteristic of later bipedal hominids, that is Australopithecus hominid characteristic features. A body crushed and distorted cranium. So when they excavated, they found that a crushed one, and the cranium is almost like a crushed one, and it is not completely a complete the skull was recovered. And the third model that you are going to see is the Cro-Magnon man. So the Cro-Magnon model and the skull and the model is displayed here. It is one of the prehistoric modern humans, previously known as Cro-Magnon men. They found around 300 to 10,000 years ago. The fossils were found around 300,000 years ago around Morocco. The skull found dated nearly about 160,000 years ago in Ethiopia, and it was excavated in 1997. The footprint made 170,000 years ago, 60 miles north of Cape Town of South Africa. Another fossil was recovered from the South African area, that is near the Cape Town. The other one, which is present in the Afar region of Ethiopia. Around 100,000 years, the old skull specimen found in the caves of Qafzeh, Israel, was dated using the thermoluminescent of ESR actually. That means it is widely distributed among the Africa, among the Africa and the Middle East areas. The probable size of the male were to be most probably 5 feet 9 inches and nearly about 143 pounds, and the female around 5 feet 3 inches, nearly about lesser than the male's weight actually. The brain size could be, our body features are the same as the most probably the human body or human today, and the skull features were slightly bigger teeth and slightly thicker skull than the people today actually. So this indicates that they were nearly very close to the modern human being, and the skull features and the teeth modification clearly indicates that they were carnivorous, and they started going for the herbivorous type of feeding mechanism. The last one that we are going to study is the Neanderthal. It is lived around 40,000 years ago in Eurasia, and they probably went extinct due to a competition with other extermination by the immigrating modern human, or due to a great climatic change, or maybe a disease, or the combination of these factors could be the reason for the disaster extinction of the Neanderthals. And these Neanderthals are said to be the closest extinct human relatives to modern human being. Some defining features of these skulls, the Neanderthal skull, include the large middle part of the face, angled cheekbone. This is the angled cheekbone. Look at this. This is the angled cheekbone. And the huge nose you can find here for humidifying and warming cold and dry to adjust with the things, because it is probably lived in the colder region of the earth. Their bodies were shorter and stockier than ours. Another adaptation to live in the cold environment is also, this is the shorter body and stockier kind of a body. But the brain were just as large as ours, and often larger proportional to their brainier bodies actually. Neanderthals made and used a diverse set of sophisticated tools. The Neanderthals are known for making up the new tools to to get the material or food material for hunting, etc. Controlled fire, lived in shelter, made their own clothing. So these are some of the evidences during the fossil excavation time we get the information. They were skilled hunters, they were very good hunters, and they used to hunt for large animals, and also ate plant food, and occasionally made symbolic or ornamental objects actually. Some of the cave writings and cave paintings indicates that Neanderthals were said to be they were the user of making the paints, or some carvactures, and they made some symbolic about their livings actually. There is evidence that Neanderthal deliberately buried their dead and occasionally even marked their graves with offerings such as flowers, etc. We don't know how far it is true, but still there is something like evidence says this kind of the behavior of Neanderthals. The average height of the male could be nearly 5 feet and 5 inches, around 164 centimeter, and the female averaging about 5 to 5.1 feet, nearly about 155 centimeter height. And the males weighing about 143 pounds, that is 65 kgs, and the females around 54 kgs actually. So here also the males are dominating in weight actually. That's about the extinct hominid fossils that you have to study for your examination. So anyone will be coming for the examination. Please see that just all the points you have to recover and write in the examination. Thank you very much. Follow the next video for the next experiment.